as a county, indeed we are privileged to have been the first county to host the Senate, the whole Senate Assembly, sitting here in the County Assembly of Uasin Gishu, performing their constitutional mandate as the Senate in this country. This town has been a beehive of activity. One, for the first time in this country, ordinary citizens, and in this case, my farmers, who would otherwise have not had any opportunity of sitting in any parliament and talking to a host of leaders to express their grievances and to seek the interventions that they would want to see so that farming can be a profitable venture and that farmers of this country can be protected. There would never have been any other opportunity if we didn't have Senate Mashinani here in this county.
Huyu mnyama anaitwa cartel ni nani ambaye nyinyi hamwezi kumtaja? Ukifika huko ati kuna cartel anakula serikali. Ukifika huko kuna cartel anayekula cereal. Kwani huyu cartel ni mbwa mwitu?
Tunaimba hapa Kiswahili kizuri, Kiingereza kizuri, lakini hakuna inakuishia sanduku ya Senate. Recommend, wewe unajua kusungumuza sana, sungumuza mahindi leo. Mahindi ilitoka kwa Mexico, ilikuwa ya nani?
And the farmers who are in this county to present their memorandums and their views, particularly on the issue of maize in this country, was not just farmers from Uasin Gishu County. We actually had all the farmers from the maize-growing counties in this country. We had more than 11 counties represented here. That was a perfect opportunity where citizens can air their views directly without an intermediate.
Weta, na Orengo, na Moi, nyinyi ni senior. Inje wesi endeswa namna hii hata nyumba yako.
It is very unfair. It's very unfair. Na hizi ndio vitu tunataka tusikie. We want to get it from the horse mouth, ukiwa wakulima wa mahindi, ukiwa wakulima wa ng'ombe na vitu kama hizo. That's why the Senate is here. Lakini kuna wengine wanasema, oh, Senate kwa nini wanapoteza wakati? Sisi hatupoteza wakati, we are doing our work. Na tutaendelea kuwa devolved, tutatembea mpaka mashinani.
Who would have listened to the farmers of this country if Senate had not decided to bring their sittings to Eldoret? Where would these all more than 3,000 farmers who are gathered here, where would they have aired their views? And as a nation, what do we want? Do we want farmers out there demonstrating in the streets, or do you want farmers in an organized manner sitting with the elected members and the Senate, whose mandate is to protect devolution and aggregate being a default function, sitting together, charting the way forward and coming up with solutions that will protect the farmer forever? So I want to say that the benefits of Senate going to Mashinani outweighs the resources that have been spent to organize this session. And therefore, I want to completely disagree with those who are saying that, oh, this was a waste of time, and say no. For me as a governor, we appeared as Uasin Gishu County Executive before the Public Accounts and Investment Committee. When would my staff get a chance to interact with the committee and understand the proceedings and understand what it means when we are summoned to Senate and understand what it means to use resources prudently? I mean, even the clerk in the accounts department had the opportunity to listen.
I think, Mr. Governor, Uasin Gishu, probably there comes a time where now you really need to look at the empowerment of your county attorney office, your legal office within the county assembly, within the government, which is supposed to advise either the the county assembly and the county government.
In consideration of some of these issues, you must apply the law as a benchmark. It also challenges the Senate to fast-track the county attorney's deal. Because, Governor, you cannot know all the rules and requirements in the PFM Act and regulations. But you need an advisor. Actually, all your officers must be well-versed with legislation in their various domains.
The economical value of this sitting is first and foremost that I can tell you, if those who are engaged in public service in terms of economic growth would measure, the GDP of this country, I'm sure, would have shot up by a double digit just by having the presence of the senators alone. The business community in this town, the hotels, I mean the markets, the upcoming artists in this county got a perfect opportunity to display their artwork to the citizens of this county and to the senators. And I can tell you a number of senators bought very beautiful artworks from people who do it from their homes. Where would they have gotten a chance to sell to a senator? You can see art. Now, you're asking about this antique. Just look at this. Teak. Yes. Mimi najua kwa hapa pastoralist. Baada niangalie pastoralist wale wako hapa. The 600 plus VAT. Get the 1000. Get the 1000. Haraka sana pastoralist. Hii ni yangu, hata nitapeleka mti yangu ya ng'ombe. 1000 plus the 600 plus VAT. Bas. Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Senator ya Makueni. Hii ni 1500 plus VAT 2000. Thank you very much, Senator. Beyond the monetary value that we got for a week, we have had the opportunity to present the challenges we are facing that is stifling the growth of the economy in this county. And one of the things we did was to visit the special economic zone located in this county with the Senate committee, with the chair of Trade and Industrialization, together with the speaker and other senators, and they have appreciated the need to facilitate that special economic zone in terms of road infrastructure, in terms of energy, and in terms of water, so that that special economic zone can take off and therefore support the national government agenda on manufacturing.
We have water problem, we have energy. Although I'm saying we're building, our energy will be ready in 1.5 years to come. So we need to have facilitation there so that we have this power coming in.
Yesterday we picked an issue, and it was brought by your team in the meeting that we had, the issue of the power tariffs. Because even if you do and the power tariffs continue to be the way they are and the neighboring countries is cheaper, then the product will never be competitive. Yes. We picked it that, and we are addressing it in the course of the next 2 weeks.
This is a good project, and we want to support you.
On the transport sector, which is also an economical growth, we had an opportunity of the Senate Transport Committee sitting with my citizens who are seeking compensation for the bypass that is being constructed in this county. As a county, if the Senate will be able to push for quick compensation and the bypass being constructed on time, the economic value we are going to derive from the ease of transportation is going to be immense. Hawa wananchi, they are ready. Wakipewa pesa leo, they will move. They will move. Lakini hiyo ya kuambiwa toka alafu unadai serikali for so long, me I don't support.
Pia vile governor amesema ni lazima ikuwe conditional. Kama hiyo ndio ile njia watachukua, basi watakuwa wanafanya valuation ya mpaka ile mahali wanalipa. Wakisema ni kilomita 5 valuation ya hapo na wanalipa siku hiyo. Wakitembea tena wanasema tena pale tena hiyo ni kilomita nyingine 5 tunajenga pale, wanavalue siku hiyo na wanalipa.
If the Senate, for example, was not established, I can tell you for free, somebody would have wound up devolution long time ago. And that is why I want to differ with members of parliament, and even my member of parliament for Soy, who says Senate should be scrapped. In fact, Senate should be strengthened with resources to continue going for Senate MASHINANI. Because they are the principal defenders, protectors, and promoters of devolution and county governments.
County zingine zimekuja, zimekutana na komiti zetu, na tumeelewa ni nini inakuza wananchi wa eneo hili na Kenya kwa jumla. And we are going to run that program katika counties zote, tutakuwa Senate tunapeleka kule mashinani.
We should not just look at the budget Senate is spending. Look at the amounts of money allocated to counties. We are talking of 314 billion. How much money is the Senate spending? Probably less than 3 billion. The question is, do you put at risk 314 billion, or do you spend 3 billion to make sure that 311 billion is safe, assuming you are even to remove 3 billion from county governments and give it to Senate to do oversight? I mean, which is the greater loss if Senate is going to be absent? So, and I want to encourage Kenyans, let us be truthful. Let us be honest with one another, and let us stop blaming institutions when things are not working. I would want to urge the National Assembly, together with the Senate, allocate enough resources to the Senate so that they can do more of Senate mashinani compared to the Senate sitting in Nairobi. If every quarter Senate mashinani can be in a county and bring together a number of counties in the region the way they did in Aldred, I can tell you the impact and devolution is going to be accelerated.